How can you make a man fear losing you? How can you ensure that a man stays by your side, loves you, and fears losing such a wonderful woman? And I will start the video by saying that. In reality, a man loves a woman for the way he feels. When he is with her, a man feels happy, wonderful, successful, and abundant next to a woman if he feels that way, which means he will value the woman who gives him that very state. An important moment that shapes everything, that shapes relationships. Let's start with an example. Surely you have seen unremarkable girls in your life who don't necessarily dress very beautifully, don't have model-like figures, and don't have perfect makeup, luxurious hair, and so on. In other words, it might not be a perfect picture, but there is a loving man nearby, or there are many admirers around who are fighting for this woman's heart. And there may be a very beautiful woman by all standards, some model standards, stylish, beautiful, and she can remain alone for a long time. So, what is the secret of women who are surrounded by the attention of men? It all comes down to what the woman gives. A woman who knows how to create an environment around her, where a man feels great, where he is energized, recharged, and feels the way he wants to feel, will make him, let's say, fight for this woman because he wants her to always be by his side. So, what are the important indicators that show a woman is acting, let's say, correctly, in a way that makes a man want to stay close to her? First, she gives him attention. A man is a person first and foremost, and just like a woman, he requires attention and presence. In other words, if a woman knows how to give a man attention, notice his merits, and praise his qualities, she is present in his life, knows what is happening in his life, and shows interest in how certain matters are resolved, meaning she asks about what is going on. He feels her presence. He feels recognition from her, meaning she is impressed by certain aspects, perhaps some traits of his character, some of his actions, some of his thoughts. In other words, he feels recognition. Tactility, meaning she touches him in a way that brings pleasure. So there is this tactile contact, and he likes it. Naturally, intimacy acts as a bonding factor, and respect is what a man needs. If a woman fulfills certain needs of a man, and if she eats the right need, he falls in love. That is, for example, he always wanted recognition and no one ever gave it to him. And now the woman who has appeared in his life gives him what he has always lacked. That is what no other woman has given him. And he realizes that he feels completely different now. He has never felt this way around a woman before. And at that moment, she becomes valuable to him. She becomes such a valuable person in his life. And in fact, what we possess becomes much more valuable to us because when people start, for example, experiencing certain emotions, feelings, or events together, it all unites them. Therefore, the more a woman gives a man what he needs, the more valuable events start happening in life, and the more people come together. And the woman becomes very valuable to the man. And some women, looking at such a woman next to a man, are surprised. How come? She seems like such a simple gray mouse, for example, maybe even. And he is so wonderful. How did she manage to win his heart? And she didn't do anything for it. She simply just gave him the feeling that he needed to experience when being with a woman that he loved. Also, if, for example, a man has very low self-esteem, he will indeed actively pursue women. In other words, men who pursue women are actually boosting their self-esteem. In this way, it's like they start courting on credit. So, I will court her now, and then I will get what I want from her. But often, a man with low self-esteem loses interest once he gets what he wants. We are now talking more about men who have healthy self-esteem and men who are ready to build relationships on equal terms. So, a man with healthy self-esteem needs to feel happy next to a woman. At some point, when a woman, for example, gives a man what he needs, he develops a strong dependence on the source of his well-being. In other words, he feels better with her than he ever has before. And at this moment, fear of losing arises. For example, if he doesn't respect, appreciate, and so on, he might lose her. And at this moment, relationship of mutual respect and understanding arises. In other words, a man is afraid to allow himself anything extra, so as not to lose the state of happiness he gets when he is with that particular woman. And here it can be characterized by the phrase, I am yours and you can have everything. But as soon as you start behaving improperly, then all the benefits can disappear from your life. This is how a man understands, and he begins to cherish her, and he is very afraid of losing such a woman. Therefore, the most important thing I want to say is that every woman wants to feel special, unique, graceful, and happy. Similarly, a man wants to feel something special with a woman, and it is precisely when he feels something special with her. That's when he starts to realize that she is the one, the special one. That's all I have for this video. This was me, Elisa Vardomskaya. Hope for your likes and subs. Fight with your topics in my new videos. And goodbye to everyone.